Yo, you guys like my new boots for the outdoor season? Nice
Yeah,
and
Not
nice and
bad.
bright.
not a
Like
fan of the
them, right?
bright boots, to be honest.
No,
But
you know what? This reminds me of what Sir Alex Ferguson did at Man United when he instilled all academy and youth players to wear only black boots.
really,
Obviously, this instilled professionalism, respect, and discipline for these players. But to be honest, I don't know if I agree with that rule. What do you guys think? You guys like all black boots? You guys think that young players should be only wearing black boots? Sorry.
I mean, I fully agree. Me personally, I think kids at that age need discipline. You're in the academy of one of the biggest clubs on earth. Act the part, be professional, show up in a tie and show up in black boots. One player doesn't need to stand out above the rest. You're a team, you're in unison, you're at the youth level, play the part.
Is that the glasses talking or you talking?
Look, if you graduate to the first team, then you could wear some Volt Mercurials, but you're at the youth level, black boots only for me.
Because I remember you saying once, like back when,
Glazing.
glazing colored boots. If you couldn't wear colored boots, you wouldn't. You don't want to be on that team.
I remember also glazing when Brazilian young ballers were getting contracts at a young age, saying, "Oh, look at these players are so good, contracts. The new hypervenom face, the new mercurial face of the league.
Well, that's
I love it."
that's my thing too, right? Like you see young players nowadays, like Lamine Yamal, an example. He's getting boot deals at such a young age, and these boots are like flashy, right? They have to be flashy. So does that like, kind of, if he was playing in Manchester United, would that be allowed?
He already made it though.
I know, but still, like at
Well,
that young age,
if
you see
Fergie
other
was
players
there,
too.
it wouldn't be allowed.
That's what I think. I think if Lamine Yamal was playing under Ferguson, he would not allow that.
Obviously.
Black boots only.
What would it do to a team if one player was allowed to wear colored shoes and the rest weren't?
but wouldn't that one player usually be the best player?
It doesn't matter. You can't. You don't. At youth level, he's trying to make a point that everyone's equal and everyone's wearing the same boots to show that.
But is everyone really equal though?
Doesn't matter. They're a team. You gotta show that they're equal.
I feel like this rule has come a long way since Ferguson's tenure at United. Dude, back then, you're only wearing black boots. If you had the newest boot, I think Beckham was like the first to get that big contract. I think from Adidas. You had the white boots now, and you got these colored boots now, right? The Preds. Nowadays, but every single boot, look at the boots David's holding. Like, dude, like every color in the rainbow now. If you're wearing black boots, then you stand out, right? Like
Nowadays, yeah.
nowadays, if you're wearing black boots, you're different.
I feel like there was I can't remember who it was. We were watching. Maybe it was Hazard. He was wearing all black boots, and we're like, everyone was trying to figure out like what are those?
Yeah.
Like, what are those?
Because sometimes
boots?
you see black boots like, are those prototypes, or
Concept
is his contract ending? Because sometimes ballers will like paint over their boots. Or remember when Pogba had his customizing boots every other weekend because he wasn't really in a contract still.
Yeah.
He was wearing Magista, then he was wearing the new Predators or whatever it was. So I don't know. It's funny because that's in soccer, but then you have a sports like football or basketball. You're not wearing the newest shoe. You're kind of customizing your own boots too, which is different.
Yeah, they're like customizing like Jordan Air ones, putting
Yeah.
cleats at the bottom, or like literally any type of Jordan
Yeah.
3s, 4s.
But going back
Wow.
to what I was saying about Sir Alex Ferguson, what he was doing back then, you can't do that nowadays.
Why not?
You just can't. Back then, Manchester United had such a high status. You saw players wearing suits, like you said, coming into games, suits, ties, everything. Nowadays, you don't see players doing that. You saw when Xavi was at Barcelona, players were coming in. It was a fashion show. And, obviously now with our new gaffer, he kind of stopped that a bit because it was getting a little bit too crazy, too foolishness. But nowadays, yeah, like you won't see players wearing just black boots because their gaffer says or their academy team says to do so. It's not a thing anymore.
I think colored boots are the least of a player's or just a team's kind of worry in general. I think if like a coach or a team wanted to ban one aspect of something, I think they should ban social media. Because clout is the number one drug in the world right now. Clout and attention ruins people, especially young people. These young people are too caught up on IG nowadays, worrying about posting this, posting match, like flick of the day, whatever, stuff like that. Focus on your game, man. Stay away from the IG.
Yeah, I agree.
Low-key, I kind of agree with you, man. Because to be honest, like nothing cheeses me more than like your team loses like a big game and a player goes and posts like a dump after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like what?
Sanj?
I don't get it, man.
Huh?
Sanj?
No, I like the Sancho post games because he never had a bad game. But dude, like for example, like not to like call any players, but let's say for example, like Jan Couto, Brazilian on Dortmund. This guy can have like a shocker of a game, get yanked after 45, we lose the game like 2-0, 3-0, whatever, and he'll post like a dump, like a photo dump of like him and like all these different like parts of the game, post game, pre game, all this stuff, and I'm just like, brother, what are you doing? Focus on your game. Never mind like posting this dump. But don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with people posting on social media after a game, but after a loss, you kind of got to keep it calm. You know what I mean? Maybe like a little black and white, maybe a little sepia post. You know, like we'll get them next time. You know what I mean? Like a nice
Not
little
even.
heartfelt comment, something like that to show the fans that you're still trying. But something that where you're just like kind of like glazing over it, like I'm bigger than the club type thing. I don't rate that. I don't rate it. Man. I need the black and white post.
Not even. You saying it's okay, black and white post. I don't want to see anyone posting anything after you lose a game.
Why not?
I don't want to see you posting, we'll get him back next time. We'll come back stronger. I don't want to see that because I wanted you to put that effort into the game. So, as a fan, I'm heated at this point. Give it a day or so. Post that in a day or two. But right now, don't post it. I don't want to see that.
Fans are gonna complain regardless whether you win or lose. Like they're gonna say, like if you're losing, how come you're not being transparent with your fans who support you? Like, well, how come you're not saying why
What
your
if the-
team performed like this?
And what if the
whatnot?
player did give it everything? Like, what if it's like, let's say, for example, you guys lost like 2-1, but let's say Kubarsi had like a fantastic match, and he posts something after the game, like, we'll be back, we'll get him next time, bounce back,
Bicep emoji.
like bicep emoji, like, you know, like,
Sometimes,
it's passion.
Nicoled, like, are you okay with that?
sometimes though,
Even though we had a good game?
the thing is, sometimes you see it really fast. You see like an hour after the game they're posting. I'm like, dude, shouldn't you be like, doing ice bath recovery and stuff like that? And you're on your phone.
Bro, they go
I don't know. Like,
bro.
I feel like, let's say we got a big dub. I'd want to check my phone so quick, see what everyone's saying
Oh,
about my
man.
game.
A couple of change room picks.
Yeah, change room picks, ice bath
But
picks,
see, that's
plus 3.
that's where Matt's thing. Social media comes as a drug, and this is where you gotta ban it.
If I was a gaffer, I would literally grab all the players' phones and do what they do, like put in a bag, put that sensor on it so no one opens it, that like mag sensor they put on clothes, or even just collect everyone's phones. Because you don't get your phone until you literally leave the stadium. Because there's pre-game conversations, there's post-game conversations, whether you win or lose. I feel like there's more important things than to just go up to your phone and just reflect. Did you have a good game? Did you have a bad game? What could you have done better?
Yeah, and you know what? Leave those social media posts for the club. You see FC Barcelona posting like the players in the ice bath and they're all like, yeah. Leave it for the club to post. Obviously, they'll tag you in it, and then you just repost it afterwards. But like at that moment, just fucking be in the moment, man.
Yeah, what if you want to put your own caption?
Yeah.
Do it after.
It's easy to say now because you're not playing.
Plus tree.
Do it after.
You're
man.
saying this, but I feel like you'd be the type of player
Yeah.
to do that.
You'd be the
You'd be
most,
the first, bro. You'd be running right after the game, get to the locker room, grab your phone, and like
You have your
post an
phone- you
IG
have your
pic,
phone
bro.
on your sock.
You know what I would be doing? You know what I would be doing?
Cap.
Right after the 90-minute whistle it ends, I would have my employee, my staffer
My
come.
employee.
Your employee.
My staff or my friend come to my phone and says, "Yo, chat, how did I have my game? How was the game?" I'd
What,
be,
you
I'd be
live
live
streaming,
streaming the whole game.
Live stream the whole game.
That's even worse.
Copyright.
Okay,
Yo,
so
chat, how's my game?
what if a player scores a hat trick, but they lose the game 4-3? Are you mad if they get a post out? Like,
Like
Yes.
Mbappe in the World Cup
like
final.
delighted? No, okay, World Cup final. It might be tough to get a post out, but let's say a normal league game, you get your hat trick, you lose 4-3, but it's like, delighted for my 3 goals, but disappointed about the loss. We go again next week.
The fact that you said delighted by my 3 goals, I would.
That's a turn off.
The comments I would post is crazy.
What comment would you post? So you're the
We
guy
know
that
that.
hates on people in the comment
You
section.
said delighted about my 3 goals, but we lost. We'll come back stronger. Yes, bro. I don't.
But he
care that
did
you
his
scored- I
job.
don't care that you scored 3 goals. We lost.
He did his
man.
job.
This guy's going gassing himself that he scored 3 goals. We still lost.
He should have said no amount of goals could have been worth more than the win.
Yeah, something like that. I would be,
That's what the
something
caption.
like
Yeah,
that. I
but
would be okay
that's how
with.
you know their social media is run by a manager, because no player is posting
Yeah.
a post with that kind of caption.
Someone that loves the club.
You also expect by posting that you're not gonna get hate.
I don't think you get hate.
Come
You don't
on,
think so,
yes,
bro?
you would.
You did your thing
You
though in that game.
no, but you saying delayed by my 3 goals. but
No,
we didn't
because
get to
I
win,
see
you're not
those
gonna
kind
get
of
hate.
posts all the time. Like, maybe not sometimes the word delighted, but sometimes it's like, got an A with the A emoji, like an assist, but disappointed about the loss. Like,
posting that?
I've seen those
Like who?
before.
I've never.
I swear I've
seen
seen Sancho do that. I'm not gonna lie.
I know Kai Rooney. Like Rooney's, I think
yeah,
one of
yeah.
his younger sons posted like scored 5 goals today, but we lost, like something like that.
Yeah.
that. That's what I'm talking about. I don't give a shit, man. that you scored 5 goals. If we lost, we lost.
Doesn't that kind of like make your teammates look bad too? Like,
Yeah.
oh, like I scored 3 goals, but my sorry ass teammates couldn't keep up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Imagine
does.
you a teammate seeing that post.
Yeah.
After like you're all in the change room. This guy's on his phone right
I'd be
away. He
like,
sees that.
Bruh, come
Like-
on, we're right here.
Bro, I'd be looking at you like, bro, are you
tagging
okay? Yeah, he tags everyone on the team too.
Okay, but man, let's say you win a Champions League final. Whatever, trophy ceremony's done. You don't want to get to that change room and get a post out quick. You don't want to be like the first one to get a post out.
Is it more iconic for the team to take a picture of you with the cup, or you to take a picture of yourself with the cup?
You
to take a picture of yourself?
wait, like a selfie?
Yeah.
The
What's more iconic?
It depends on the pick.
But Kobe with the trophy. We have
No, of
Messi
course.
with the trophy.
But you
Jordan
posting
with
the pic on
trophy.
your feed is worth more than the club just posting and them tagging.
No,
you.
but you just
Nah,
use those pictures.
Dude, they'll have those pictures sent to you right away if you want them. But 100%, like Spatty said, bro, I'd rather someone take pictures of me. I don't want to be freaking.
No, of
doing
course, but
this.
like, okay, you're getting picture taken of you, but you want to get the post up
Nah,
quick.
I want to be in the moment, bro.
Ah,
I'm
No,
gonna
I-
be
you
in
I
the
say
get
moment.
this,
that.
but I don't think you mean it.
Nah, I'll be.
I-
in
You're
the
getting a post up so quick.
I'll be in
Don't
the
lie.
moment. I'll post afterwards eventually, 100%.
What, like hours after the
what's
game?
The wait? What's the wait?
The
What's
engagement.
the rush?
The
What's
I
the
probably
rush?
post when I get home.
Engagement of what?
The post.
I don't
bro?
care about the engagement. I just post what to do. Oh, I gotta see how much likes I'm. No,
Bro,
dude.
you're going
Maybe
on
young
IG
kids.
live straight
Okay, wait,
after the
yeah.
whistle,
Okay,
bro.
wait, not even
Maybe
just
if I was younger, I would be like that, but I'm not like that, bro.
wait, not even
I've changed.
not even just a social media snap, but you're not trying to run to the locker room to see who's texting you, your family, your friends, get to their messages quick. They're calling you. You know how many calls you're getting if you win the Champions League final? You're not trying to answer those.
And guess what? I'll call them when I'm ready to call them. I'm not running to my change room. my gaffer's coming to me. Oh, I know. Give me a second. Here come my mom.
Your gaffer won't
what?
care. What's your gaffer gonna say after the game?
I
You
don't know.
won.
He's coming to you. He's talking to you, bro. I want to be in the moment.
Yeah, let me give you one more team talk quick. We just won the game. Let me sell you.
Now, how if
Dude, they
Carlo
do
comes
sell
up
the
to you
after the
with a
game.
cigar and wanted to smoke a cigar with you.
Exactly. You guys always.
You win the Champions League final. You don't want to give a quick call to your mom?
Okay,
you can
yeah,
call
my
your
mom. But I'm not freaking going on Instagram calling everyone and then freaking posting and then doing all this stuff. No.
What, the Mandem calls you like
I
on a
don't
group
care about the
FaceTime?
Mandem.
What about us?
My Mandem are my freaking teammates at that point.
What about us?
You didn't do anything. What did I be calling you for? What did you do?
Bro, I made you the
You're
player
gonna
you
call
are
me
today,
saying,
bro.
can I have some money?
I taught you everything you know.
You don't know nothing, bro.
Oh my god.
My Mandem are my teammates. Those are the guys I have to celebrate with.
That's
And obviously
crazy.
my mom's. But
That-
like,
that's
bro,
the
I'm not
biggest
calling anyone
part.
else.
You're talking about like, okay, well, your point is like, now that came to my head. Frimpong, when he won the championship, not the championship, but the league title last year, when he went on IG Live right away. You're talking about something like that. Like, that's what you expect players to do? Like something like
No,
that?
I mean you're going to your phone, you're getting a quick post up on the feed, and you're answering every call that's coming your way.
Nah,
I'm
the
not
phone's
answering
going,
nothing,
the
man.
phone's going in my bag.
Okay.
100%.
Ah,
Bro,
bro.
after the game, I got that champagne and I'm freaking
Okay,
showering.
Bro, you be
everyone,
playing
man.
OSM in the dressing room, bro. You're telling me you wouldn't be on your phone?
Oh, that's men's league. I'm going to a men's league game that I'm going to win 5-0. Like, it's different.
Nah, you guys.
It's a Champions League final.
Sure.
No,
Sure.
but
Let me
realistically
be in the
speaking, like
moment.
you're not like having the whole time with the trophy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
the trophy's getting passed around. When the trophy
Yeah.
is like on the other side of the change room, you're
Chill.
gonna be on your phone.
Spend time with your boys there in the change room.
Exactly.
What if they're on their phone?
Spatty, these guys don't
They're
know,
not gonna be on
man.
their phone.
Okay.
Everyone's
You're gonna be on
That's
their
a
phone.
no.
Everyone's on their phone,
No
bro.
one, no.
Their wives are
Yes.
calling them. Their friends.
You
You're
think
gonna
every single player's going to be on the phone
You're
at
gonna
the
miss
same
a, you're gonna miss a call from the missus?
time? Yes.
Yes.
Ah.
Be there.
The missus will probably be there.
Your missus with all the other misses, bro. They're all talking,
the
bro.
And your family. Your family will probably be there too.
Not
Yeah,
right
your
away in
family's
the
there
locker
too.
room.
Not in the locker room, but
No, but in the stadium.
Yeah,
got a
but
little
they want to
wagon
get to
area.
you quick. They want to send your
Oh.
congratulations.
Yeah, but like when you're celebrating with the trophy on the field, you'll see them.
yeah.
You go ahead.
yeah, from afar.
Unless they're
No,
front row.
usually come on the pitch.
Yeah,
And they come on the
you with
pitch.
your
There you
kid.
go.
Your kid- Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay, but I'm not.
And they have their phones on the pitch too. Not
Okay.
even they don't even get to the
let
locker room
them
yet.
take a picture of me, sure. Let my
No.
family take a picture of me,
I
but
feel-
I'm not going on my phone.
I feel like usually there's a member of the staff that like brings all the phones out
Yeah.
after the game.
Oh yeah, they don't have it in their pocket.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the staff will go in, they'll get all the players' phones, they'll bring them out,
Why is he doing that?
so that way all the players can have their phones. 'Cause they want it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Well, if someone's trying to give me my phone, I'll take it later. Don't worry.
Ah, bro.
I don't need it right now, boy.
That's so
Let me be in the
good.
moment.
Okay.
I don't
That's
believe
it,
that.
man.
Okay, so I actually have the smartest deal in football history.
Tell us
Now,
what it is.
I know that Messi's was quite impactful on the game, but I'm going to talk about someone else that was in the MLS. David Beckham who?
Okay.
After in 2007, after spending 4 years at Madrid, making 20 million, he went on to LA Galaxy and made 70% less, but taking on a lot of different things in his contract, which allowed him to make a lot more money. So the things that he brought on to his contract, he brought on ticket sales, club merchandise, sponsorships, and then there was also more that was on the list. It can't show. So in his 5 years at LA Galaxy, can you guys guess how much he made?
5 years at LA Galaxy. I'm gonna
Like obviously with all those things included, and he was
Yeah.
making 70% less than 20 mil.
Sponsorships probably
it,
a
it,
lot.
it must have been something crazy because you're bringing this topic. I'm gonna say 100 million
Okay, I want to hear what everyone says, and then I'll say who gets the
for
closest.
5
here.
years. Yeah,
5 years.
250 mil.
Okay,
300 mil.
Dan J.
150.
I'll say 200 mil.
Okay, so Matt must have seen it because it was
I didn't see it.
255 million.
no way.
Making
Damn.
50 million a year. So
Jeez.
that just shows how smart Beckham is as a businessman.
Yeah, man.
And it's still showing because him at Miami right now he's doing wonders.
Wasn't
for
that
them.
also part of like his deal?
Yeah, I
So,
heard. I
yeah, I
heard
think
that.
so.
I heard that part of his deal when he signed for LA Galaxy is that he would be
He'd get,
first
like, an
in
expansion
line.
team.
He'd be first in line to get an expansion team
That's kind of like
for
what
a
Messi has.
for a
right?
cheaper price. Back then, I think it was $1 million. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No way.
But it was really cheap back
It
then.
was
Now,
cheaper.
if Messi wants a team, it's like 500 million.
No, I
it's
think
like
they
it's
did
super
something
expensive now.
similar.
No. It's super expensive now. But when David Beckham joined LA Galaxy, it was super
Yeah,
cheap.
it was like 2007.
It was super cheap to get.
He got Miami of all
and he
places.
got Miami.
Too. That's crazy.
So I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if when Miami retires. Sorry, I wouldn't be surprised when Messi retires. He comes out with a expansion.
No, I could swear that there's he's a part owner in the next expansion team, or when he retires, he'll be a part owner in the next.
What would be the next expansion that Messi would be part of, though? Like
I don't know.
another Miami team?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Maybe
Fort
another
Yeah.
Lauderdale FC, bro.
maybe another LA team.
Brickell FC.
Who knows? But should more players do contracts like this where they're getting like what's it called, sponsorships and merchandising fees instead of getting an actual like bigger paid contract?
Didn't Messi kind of do that? He
He did the
rejected
same.
like $1 billion from Saudi, pretty much, to go to Miami, make Apple TV money, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Apple
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, who knows how much money he's making now? It's gonna be definitely bigger than this.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Like, a lot
Messi's
more than
making
that.
more. 100%.
So is this his last season now at MLS? Apparently, right?
I
This is his
believe
last
so.
season.
This is last year.
You guys
His
think
last
he's gonna
contract
extend?
year.
Yeah, he's gonna extend.
Either he extends or
another
he comes
year.
to Barcelona.
He's not
man.
going to Barca. He's gonna probably retire at Inter Miami
Why can't he do what Zlatan did?
because Zlatan didn't want to become a face of MLS. He didn't care.
Okay. Wait. You think Messi
Yes.
cares more about being the face
Yes.
of Miami than being the face of Barcelona?
Yes.
No.
Yes. You know how much his marketing is gonna go up?
I don't.
Over
I
there?
don't think he cares about money at this point, bro.
I guarantee you.
I
he
think
does.
Messi cares about his legacy and
Like,
becoming a Barcelona
Why
legend.
would he make a Messi drink if he doesn't care about money?
You think Messi was the one that said, "Oh yeah, let me make a Messi drink,"
You
and
don't.
not
you
his people
Messi,
coming to him?
Messi doesn't make the.
I know he
drink,
doesn't
man.
make the drink, but he came up to me. Hey, do you want?
Nah,
no,
bro.
he didn't. He
They
didn't-
asked
You
him. He just
can't use his
co-signed.
name like that. It's his. It's
No,
his.
but it's
No,
all
but
the-
it's his
dude,
people
a lot
coming
of-
to him, and he just signing off on it.
Okay.
You think Messi's like, I need a drink?
Yeah, I need a drink.
No, but you don't think people are coming up to him and saying, "Do you want to make money?"
of course.
Okay,
Where
so
do I
you're saying
sign?
He doesn't care about money.
No, but okay, of course he cares about money, but does he care about money more or does he care about Barcelona more? He cares about Barcelona
Money.
more.
I guarantee you it's money.
100%. I think he
100%
has enough money. Dude, he
Doesn't.
said he wants to retire at Barcelona. He said himself, I swear, in an interview, he wants to go back to Barcelona.
Chapter's
No
done.
other way.
I thought he wants to retire in Newell's.
No.
That's what I thought. I think he's gonna retire into Miami, personally.
I mean, his contract ends December 2025, so
He's gonna extend
you think so?
another year at least.
Really, another year?
Because what? Is he 40 this year?
No.
No.
37, 38.
He's not 30.
Messi's born 1987.
Yeah.
So it's like he might be turning 39 this year then.
No.
38.
38.
38.
I don't know, man. A lot of players nowadays have a lot more little incentives in their contracts. You even see it in American football with someone. I swear someone got paid with the Bitcoin,
Odell Beckham.
right? He got paid with Bitcoin, and now
He made
look,
a
the
shit
price
ton.
the price that went up on that. So it's like, like we said before, we've all talked about this topic before. Our viewers have heard us talk about this, but you have such a short career playing professional sports, so you got to think about your future. And what David Beckham did, I think he was one of the pioneers, right?
The
One of
thing
the
is
big
that-
pioneers.
In order to get these contracts or these deals and like these crazy amount, and just lucky enough to have a good career in general and future is to be a good footballer to begin with.
Hey,
Eh,
not
yes.
really.
No. You got to be good, but just you got to be smart with your money.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys seen Sacco now. Sacco, the center back.
Oh,
Mamadou?
he's a real estate
He's a
agent.
real estate agent. He does like deals in like Saudi Arabia or like somewhere in the
Dubai,
Middle East.
yeah.
But like, and even Braithwaite, like, dude, he wasn't the greatest footballer, but with what he did and with his talent that he had, not much there, but he was smart with his money.
Well, he's like one of the richest footballers. I think.
And
There it is.
Flamini. Flamini's a
Flamini
billionaire.
too, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like you got to be smart with your money. You only have so much, or else like you lose it all, and then what? You're asking for people for money and stuff. It's like it's crazy.
My
Uh,
actual question, did you just anything to say about that? Because I'm gonna like,
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, most of these footballers, they grow up in the hood, in poverty. They're not really financially literate.
No.
They get a bag and you sign off right away. You can't really pitch them on kind of future incentives, long-term gain. It's kind of instant gratification. So Beckham kind of had the vision. He was exposed to a lot early. He definitely had a smart team behind him to help him make decisions. But a lot of footballers aren't so lucky, especially if they're growing up in these tough parts. The quickest bag they could get, the better. There's no time to wait, especially because, injuries. You're saying it's not a long football career. That's it.
I want to say now, going off of all this, should teams in like the top 5 leagues start doing stuff like this where they don't have to fully pay out a player and cost them all that money? Instead, they have this future payments that they have to make with depending on the sponsorships they get, depending on the jersey sales they get. So it really realistically has to depend on the player to make their own money at the club. So let's say Barca trying to get Haaland. Obviously, you guys can't afford his wages. His wages are going to be insane for you guys. Would there be a way that Barca can make this happen with this kind of contract?
I don't think a lot of players or agents would kind of accept that offer because tomorrow's not promised, like anything could happen.
Yeah.
Career could be done. Life could be done. Take that money now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And like I swear, didn't Mbappe have something with PSG?
Yeah, they did that to save him. Yeah, it's the same thing.
He had something with PSG where he had some ownership of that team, and now look where he's gone. It's like you can do such a contract like that where you think, oh yeah, he's gonna be here for so long. Yeah, this makes more sense for us, and then he dips. Like,
Yeah, but you're talking about ownership?
It could be anything, like anything part of the deal, just to get this player to come instead of having to pay them.
Nah, it's a bit of
No.
a desperation move. I
No,
guess.
Yeah.
no club is gonna give ownership to a random player. Like
No, I was
Barca's
talking
not,
about like Haaland though, like Haaland. To
no,
Barca.
still Barca's not gonna give ownership to Haaland. No club is gonna give ownership to Haaland for them to join.
It doesn't have to be ownership, like just sponsorships, like the thing that Beckham had, type deal.
But a lot of the players have like their own sponsorships already, which would sometimes clash with that, right? Like we see it all the time. Like let's say, for example, like Barcelona always had like Nike kits, but Messi was always an Adidas
Yeah.
athlete, right? So like he wouldn't necessarily be getting compensated off of Nike kit sales because he already has an Adidas contract,
yeah, they wouldn't let him.
right? Like
I'm
he's
sure
al-
they're
he's
good
already
with
making
his name on it though.
he's
that
already
he
making his
does.
own money from like Adidas, right?
That's interesting.
It's a smart one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because speaking of that, I actually have a crazy story.
Yeah.
Tell me,
What do
buddy.
you got?
Did you guys know in 1974, Johan Cruyff, he was a Puma athlete, but Holland wore Adidas at the World Cup. He was so loyal to Puma, he, before every game himself, ripped off the Adidas patch on the Holland kits and made his kit only have 2 Adidas stripes instead of 3 so that he could play in the game. Otherwise, he refused to play for Holland.
Hold on.
Yeah, I remember seeing that back in the day and like wondering why he would do that.
No,
Wait,
it's
that's
the one-
allowed?
shut up. You're so dumb.
Is the picture with him smoking?
No, the picture of him smoking is not him. It's from a movie about Cruyff. That's not actually
Oh,
him.
is that okay? Then never mind.
But wait, is that actually real?
Yeah, he wouldn't play unless he could remove one of the Adidas stripes and remove the Adidas logo.
How did he do that?
He
Man,
just did.
back then
This
you
guy
can
just
do-
freaking
That's
used
probably just tape.
scissors or like
Probably just
nowadays.
He's a great
I-
seamstress,
no,
bro.
but
Yeah.
nowadays that would never be allowed.
obviously
Not,
they wouldn't be allowed to play.
okay, but the question is, if Messi, if that's Messi doing that, like if Messi was, like you said, with
Crazy.
Nike at Barcelona, wearing Adidas boots, and Messi's like, nah, I gotta do this. Takes out the Nike badge. Is Barcelona getting mad at them?
Yes.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure, bro.
That's like, dude, the reason why
But it's
these brands come and sponsor some of these biggest teams in the world because Messi's wearing Nike. Like,
Yeah.
that's massive. Now they're making jersey sales. If Messi were to do that and remove this Nike logo, I'm sure a lot of his fans would be like, oh, he doesn't support Nike? I'm not going to support Nike. And they're not buying his jerseys either.
Horrible look.
Dude, that's like lawsuit over lawsuit.
That and like the amount of money like these teams generate now from sponsors, as opposed to back in the 70s and even before then, weren't making as much money then as they are now.
That's
But
true.
are you trying to say Lionel Messi is bigger than FC Barcelona?
Yes. He is.
You said it, not me.
Because look at it like this. In this situation, Cruyff put a lot of pressure on Holland. He literally said, I will not play unless I could do this. So was Cruyff bigger than Holland at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, you can say that.
Well, then
Still is.
Then
Yeah.
the question is there to ask: is Messi not bigger than Argentina?
No.
He's not.
No.
Doesn't Argentina wear Adidas?
I'm just saying, is Messi not bigger than?
They
Argentina?
also had a player named Maradona, so he's not.
Messi's better than Maradona.
You could say it now. You never see Maradona play though.
You're only
have
as
to.
big as your superior allows you to be.
Oh shit.
Jeez, bro.
Chill, bro.
What do you mean by
He's
superior?
Spitting on us like that, bro.
Well, we're talking about Messi in Barcelona. Who's Messi employed by? Barcelona, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's only as big as the club.
I guess.
Club
so.
reigns over him.
I mean, I remember seeing because obviously Portugal is now with Puma, and they had Ronaldo in the commercial. But what they did, Puma, they just like all the athletes that are sponsored by other boots like Nike and Adidas, they edited it like the carpet was covering over all their feet, which was like perfectly done. That everyone's foot that was not sponsored was covered, and you just haven't met Ronaldo there. Still wearing the Portugal, but Puma. So it's like, yeah, it's true. He has to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't rip that stuff off.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You won't be
That's a
allowed to
cool
play.
story, man. I never heard of that.
I just looked it up, and he actually ripped off the line on his shorts too.
Oh, yeah.
damn.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's commitment, man.
I have one question that stems from we were talking about money and all that stuff. You're just about to sign your contract. This is a question, everyone. Your first professional contract. You're making hundreds of millions. What's the
Damn.
first thing you're buying as a professional soccer player?
This
What's
guy
the
had one
first-
ready already. You know,
Glasses.
jacket, shirt, man.
First thing I'm buying is deadass probably some drip. I'm not trying to drown out there with all my bread. So
Damn.
get me a nice watch, some shades,
Get iced
preferably
up.
Cartier. Get me a Richard, maybe 600K.
AP?
And- Nah, I'm more of a Richard kind of guy.
You gonna bust down the Richard? or
I'd
what?
probably get a little bit of ice on that, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
But
How much is that gonna cost you?
probably 750.
Yeah.
You gonna have a house on your wrist?
I mean, I'm gonna be more insured than CR7, that's for sure.
Damn.
But yeah, I would probably get a bit of drip. You know,
Yeah.
you have that bread. I'm gonna want to show it off a little bit, especially not to say I came up from the slums, but it's not easy in Maple, man.
You're not wrong.
At times.
That's
Yeah, man.
crazy.
I think
Tough
the,
environment we live in.
I think the first thing I would buy, and yeah, you say you want to invest, buy a house. No, I'm buying a car. First thing I'm buying is a Porsche.
Which
911.
one?
Which one?
Porsche 911
Gee.
GT3R, bro. That's my favorite car of all time. I'm going straight to the dealership after that, man.
Color?
Ooh, bullet gray,
Bullet gray.
matte, matte
Excuse
bullet
me?
gray with some what are those R3 rims or something like that?
Spoiler.
Spoiler 12-inch rims or whatever the biggest.
12
ones.
inch rims, yeah.
12
I don't know the big
Hot
ones.
Wheels car, bro.
Hot Wheels car, bro.
The big ass rims, man. I'm buying myself a Porsche. The first thing I'm
Lowering it?
buying.
So you're gonna be that player that, like, when you see those clips of like the fans like waiting outside the training ground, like trying to talk to the players before they go to training, you're just gonna speed by.
No, no,
You're
no.
not
Oh,
stopping to
no.
talk
I'm
to the
You
fans?
would not stop to talk to the
In
fans.
your
Dude,
fancy
I-
new Porsche, bro, you're not stopping.
He's gonna have a Porsche with homeless clothes on.
Yeah.
There is one thing that will never change about me. Even though I make it in the big leagues, I will always be humble.
Nah, that's
I'll
cap.
always love my fans.
Real one alert.
I'll
That's
be
cap.
going. I'll be going 120 kilometers an hour, ripping it down, and
Oh,
I'm
so you're
stopping.
speeding.
I'm stopping full brake.
Because the cop just stopped you.
No, because I saw a fan right there. Bring on the window, amigo. Come here. And I'm signing that. I'm signing everything.
You gonna cause a traffic
That's another
jam?
thing. I will not stop until I sign everything.
That's cap,
That's
bro.
cap,
You ain't got
bro.
enough time.
You
for
start
that.
you started your 75-day challenge. You're not even the same guy that you were before the 75-day challenge.
I'll be signing everything off.
Okay, what if it makes you late for training? And you know how handsy Flick is. Let's say you play for Barca. You're gonna miss
not-
the next game.
You're not getting the start,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying to those kids? I'll be right back.
You won't be right back.
So you're still gonna be late for training. You're gonna have Matthews talking shit about you on the podcast while you're late for training.
Wait 2 hours for me. I'll be back.
Man's more worried about the fans than the game.
A lie.
Matthews gonna be
Is that an
absolutely
good thing,
roasting him, bro.
No.
You be mad at me that I care about the fans more?
Bro, why you showing up late, bro? Prioritize your job.
Yeah,
Fans,
bro.
fans are the ones that pay me.
Not,
Do they though? I think your club
Technically,
pays
they
you.
do. Who plays the club?
Yeah, it's the
it
fan.
might not. It
Investors.
might not be those.
I'm
specific
paying. I'm
fans.
paying my employer. I'm signing my employers whatever they want from me. Bro.
You think little like Jose's paying your
his
wages?
parents are.
I don't
Nah.
think so.
Him buying a jersey is paying you, yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh gosh.
What
What
do
would
you
you
buy?
buy? What would you buy, James?
Shit, man. Caught my mom a crib.
Type shit.
You know, type shit.
That's the
Yeah.
first thing you're
Type
buying,
shit.
though.
Caught my mom a crib. You know.
Okay, I'm obviously
shit.
doing that, but that's not the first thing you're gonna do.
Why not?
No, bro.
Okay, realistically, our parents live in nice houses. Like
Yeah, I
these
know.
are why are you buying them?
What are you
They
saying?
Buy my mom a
live in
crib.
decent houses. Like
Yeah, I know.
That's
So
not
what?
the first thing you're
What's
buying,
your point, though?
You don't need-
You can't
they
buy
don't-
them a bigger
No.
crib.
they don't need a house just
Bro,
yet.
Why not?
You just signed your contract. You're not gonna go buy the first crib you see. It takes the time to
not?
buy a crib.
Why not?
You gotta see which one looks nice.
No,
I know right
yeah.
away the same day I'm going to buy a Porsche. What's the first thing you're buying that same day? I mean, that's the legit. The first thing you're buying.
Crib.
Espresso martini.
A crib, man. I'm buying a crib. 'Cause
Why are you
realistically-
hating, bro?
Realistically speaking,
He's trying to get his mom out of the hood.
they have a crib here. Dude, they have a
Bro.
crib here, but if I'm signing my contract in Spain, she doesn't have a crib in Spain. I gotta get her a crib.
Okay, there you go. Now you say something
Yeah,
like
bro.
that.
Well, duh. Obviously, that's what he meant.
Obviously, it's gonna,
No.
but that's obviously gonna happen.
That doesn't mean
bro.
that. That just means getting your mom a bigger house.
What, in
Yeah.
Maple?
Anywhere. That's
Bro.
not necessarily where you're playing.
She gotta have a crib in Spain, you know.
Of course,
Yeah, in
I'm,
Mallorca.
yeah, of
Mallorca,
course
you
I'm
know?
buying her a crib, my mom a crib, but that's not the first thing I'm buying.
Damn, priorities for you.
Priorities,
you
man.
got bigger priorities.
Yeah,
I
man.
guess. I guess.
What are you buying?
For me,
Sign Samuel and
serious answer, financial advisor.
You're
Because
buying-
bro, I'm gonna have all this money, all this bread.
Boring.
I'm not gonna know what to do with it, bro.
You're gonna buy a
100%.
financial advisor.
Hire a financial advisor,
You guys are so
personal
boring.
advisor,
On the clock, 24.
all those kind of advisors.
Boring.
But like real talk, what I'd actually buy if I was making a lot of money, bro. Y'all ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No.
He's gonna buy himself a
I
chocolate.
want the whole chocolate factory, all the Oompa Loompas, everything, bro. I want them singing to me every day. Oompa Loompa doopity doo.
Was it a
You're
sweet?
freaky as hell, bro.
You freaky man, bro.
Yeah, so serious answer and not so serious answer.
Which one was serious?
I'll let y'all
Couldn't
decide.
tell, bro.
All right, Spatty.
Take it easy. This guy's gonna buy himself a readjustable chair
Yeah.
that can adjust from whenever he wants.
And Spatty, you can't buy Juve. Eh? You gotta,
Uh-huh.
I'd
something-
fix my club.
That's crazy.
I'll
I'll
buy
send-
my club.
I'll
and
You
send
said
my
only
money-
$1 million.
I'll
I
send-
can't buy.
I'll
you
buy a
with
center
it.
back.
I said a
Can't
couple-
Said
buy
100
all of it.
million.
I said 100.
Is it 100 million?
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
a good amount of money, man.
Think I'm buying a chocolate factory with 1 million, bro?
I don't know. Yeah, you could buy.
And
one.
Oompa Loompas?
Could
Come
buy
on.
a little, just a regular factory and just make it. I was gonna say car too, man, but like I'm more of a Ferrari guy. Ferrari Spider.
Boring as hell, man.
Ferrari Spider with a nice pink pearl necklace.
Pink pearl.
What?
Why pink pearl?
Agnelli's not at Juve anymore.
For your
man.
nonna?
No, for me, man. Like
Pink
Bad Bunny
pearl.
has.
Spatty's Latino,
That's your
man.
idola.
Huh?
Bad Bunny's your idola?
Bad Bunny's a little ambiguous, bro.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
You know him?
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Spatty's into Bad
He's
Bunny.
gonna get
now,
in
man.
a dress soon.
He's a good guy, man. Pink pearls with a nice Ferrari Spider.
Damn.
Yeah.
What about the pink dreads?
Nah, not dread guy.
I would definitely get a whip too, but like one thing I would definitely like, yeah, definitely the whip first. I'm sure that's a lot of people's answers, but like
Which one?
it's tough. I'm a big SUV guy, or even a nice truck,
Skyline.
Jeez, that troca, eh?
or a nice
That's torta.
a nice truck. I don't know, but
The OG Skylines, I thought that was your.
a Skyline would be nice too, nice Skyline. But like, what I would definitely like, just like spend a couple of hours just looking online, or find someone to curate some like boots that are like vintage boots or vintage kits.
Mm.
Grow my like wardrobe a little bit with some nice vintage stuff. Like, hey, I want these kits. I want these boots.
So you're going drip.
I want like vintage like footy drip. Like, give me some nice kits. Get me some nice vintage boots I can rock on the pitch again. Like nice pair of old Tiempos. Some like nice vintage stuff.
So you want a stylist?
Nah.
Just a curator.
Curator.
That's another good question. If you were a footballer, would you get a stylist?
No.
No,
Nah.
I can dress myself.
100%.
My mother
Yeah.
taught me pretty
I
well.
would 100%
Yeah.
get a stylist. 100%.
Not good.
You need one now.
Another opinion ain't bad, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. And,
Yeah.
like, you,
I'm trying to
you're
be
getting-
drippy,
yeah,
bro.
be nice, bro.
Can I change my answer?
Nope.
If I'm in the spotlight, I want to be drippy as fuck, bro.
Are you dressing like Kunde or what?
Nah, that's crazy. You know what? Who do I want to be dressed like?
Like the former Nuck boy, probably.
Huh?
The former Nelk boy, probably, right?
Boy's crazy, bro.
No, what's
I
his
think,
name?
the best one to go with is like probably Hector Bellerin.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Brown's got some good drip.
He's drippy as hell, man.
Bro, just go with Shea.
Shea.
That's
No,
good.
Shea sometimes he's too much.
In the red boots.
Nah, he's.
Shea is too much
got good
sometimes. I
style,
ain't
man.
wearing those puffy, like huge freaking things he has on.
You could pull it off.
He can. I'm not saying he can't, but I can't. But yeah. Drip is drip, man. Drip is king.
You said you wanted to change your answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna buy a whole block and just put all my boys in there, my family. You know, just.
But that's not your first thing you're buying.
I might actually.
I'll do that too, but that's not the first thing you're buying.
That's not
with your money.
feasible.
Yeah,
gonna buy
100 mil. Yeah.
Yeah.
A block?
I'm
bro?
not. I'm not buying like these huge
Talk about
houses.
H&R block,
I'm
bro?
buying like regular houses
Where?
anywhere.
Where's anywhere?
Like if wherever I'm playing, let's say if I'm
Yeah.
Italy. it'll
Okay,
be in
Italy,
If I'm
where?
in Spain, I'll be in Spain.
So you would be like a Neymar, where like he brings all his boys with him
Yeah.
wherever he goes.
Yeah, but like now you gotta pay these guys like salaries too, because
Bro,
they're
yeah.
gonna find jobs now where you're playing.
I'm making 50 mil a year, like Beckham. I'll give them
But are they doing
500,000 a
anything?
year.
Like, does Neymar's friends do anything for him?
Yeah, one guy's a photographer, another guy does
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I'm sure.
styling for him. He has like his doppelganger that like fills in for shoots in him for him and stuff like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barber.
Barber, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty
How much?
solid.
How much they paying that barber? He cuts his hair every day.
He
gives
probably
them-
has him just on a salary, like, hey, whenever
Yeah.
I need a cut, I'll call you up. But he pays him like his monthly wage, probably.
Yeah.
They're all making over like probably 200,000 a year.
It's probably good for taxes too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're living more than comfortable, bro.
You're good.
yeah, for sure.
And he has, and he probably bought them housing and
So
everything.
you gotta just make sure one of your boys makes it out there
Yeah.
Yeah.
and make a good life out
And
of
then
it.
cling on for dear life.
All right, guys, we're
there from the beginning, bro. You can't forget about me.
Don't worry, boys. Next
Facts,
year,
bro.
next year, I got you guys the houses. Don't worry.
Yeah, 30.
Damn, man.
I'll be in Barcelona, man.
Doing what?
Repping my,
Touring the Sagrada Familia, bro.
repping Barca, bro.
Going on a stadium tour.
Sorry, you-
Bar- stop.
You can't even rep footy culture on the field. You rep Barca.
Damn.
Why do you think I got new boots, man? I'm ready
But
for
you
the
don't even fit in
season.
those.
I'm ready for the season,
Your
man.
toes peeking out of
They
them.
do look kind of small.
I'm
Man.
scored 20 GA.
That's
He's gonna
bad.
score 20 GA.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
So he's gonna score
get
20
GA.
GA.
Yeah.
You heard him
That makes sense.
Did I stutter?
Yeah, it
little
doesn't
bit.
make sense. But
a little bit.
What else you
I got a hot take.
Go for
all
it.
right,
I got a steaming hot take.
Hey.
Not too steamy.
And I want your guys' opinion on it. So brace yourselves.
Okay.
In my opinion, Diego Maradona was a cheat, not a god. And the hand of God proves it.
Whoa.
Why?
explain.
Look, he's just a serial cheater. He got banned from football twice for drug abuse. What kind of example is that for the kids? How could you be the GOAT of a sport and you're a serial criminal?
Think he cared about the kids?
I think he cared about the kids 100%. That's absolutely disgusting. And look, his most famous moment in his football career was a moment of cheat. Scoring with his hand in the World Cup quarterfinal against England in 1986 and saying that it was a little touch from the hand of God. That's BS to me, man.
So
Just
are
say
you-
you cheated and move on.
So are you saying Maradona wouldn't be considered a GOAT if that hand of God didn't count?
I think that hand of God is so stamped into football folklore that if that hand of God didn't exist, maybe they don't even win the World Cup. Remember, that game ended 2-1.
But didn't he also score that mazy dribble run against England that same game just minutes later?
That same game, approximately 10 minutes after. But for me, it was blinded by a moment of cheat.
So you're saying England would have rallied back if that didn't happen?
Potentially. I mean, how demoralizing is it that you concede a goal where someone literally punches the ball into the net with his hand? Like, how did the ref not see that? How did the ref actually not see that?
Maybe it wasn't as clear in real
Yeah.
time, right?
Everyone saw.
Ooh.
The fans, the players,
Yeah, 'cause
everyone.
they have replays and stuff, right?
But you know
They
what?
didn't have VAR at that
In
point.
live time.
You know what? Unfortunately, everyone can see it, but if the ref doesn't see it, it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Especially at that time too, right?
Right?
There's no
Like-
reviews, right?
Like he said, everyone saw it, sure, but the ref didn't. And
Oh.
the refs is what matters.
Okay, but it's also just common sense. How is like a 5'4" Maradona headering a ball over what 6'3" Peter Shilton?
So what? White boy can't jump?
Nah, he's got
Not that
hops.
one.
He's got hops.
No, he
got up,
doesn't.
got up.
But anyways, fast forward. His time at Napoli, where he was the king of Naples, brought them their first Scudetto. ended in disgrace. He left Napoli being banned for cocaine. This is your GOAT?
Yeah, man. I think it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's not. I mean, he's not my goat per se, but he definitely is some people's goat, man. At the end of the day, right? Like, dude, you think about, man, the '90s were a crazy time. You know, that's like cocaine was just coming around. You know, like it was the in
wasn't the only
thing.
one.
Are you trying to justify drug use?
No, not entirely, but
That sounds like it.
Maybe a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like the '90s were a wild time. It was just kind of coming up. It was maybe cool. You know what I mean? It was a cool thing to do, right? I'm not saying it was the right thing to do, but it was a cool thing to do. And when you're in that position where you're, you know, the best in the planet, you almost think that you're above everyone else. You think that you can do anything you want, right? And it's okay.
Invincible.
I'm not agreeing with it, all right?
Sounds like it.
But I'm just saying I can see where he's coming from. Right? He felt invincible, right? And he was doing these drugs. He felt invincible. He felt like he was on top of the world. And you know what? I'm sure there are other players that are partaking in
That was exactly what I was going to say.
similar vices that just don't get, you know, displayed in the media. I'm sure there are plenty of players that are, you know, doing hits of this, doing hits of that, you know, popping this, popping that. But because it's not, you know, widely blown up in the media, no one says anything.
I mean, they have doping control, so no, these players aren't getting
You
caught.
don't think players could bypass that?
Yeah.
No, but
Clearly
they
they
don't
could.
always get it. It's just randomly picked.
It's random, man. And I'm sure, you know what, we see it, you know, time and again now when players are getting, you know, called out for a doping ban here. Look at Pogba. Came out of nowhere, right? And I'm sure it wasn't intentional. But, you know,
Yeah,
it,
but-
it happens, right?
But with Diego Maradona, it was intentional. He was doing cocaine his entire Napoli stint.
he was.
But was he the only player on that team doing it? The only player
No
you saw.
chance, bro.
There was
No
no
shot.
chance. You think that
No
thing's not passing
chance.
by to one per other player?
the whole team?
Oh, so he's
The
the
whole team
he's the
was.
only one getting sent to doping control.
If
the
he's
best
the
player.
best
When you're playing
player on
out
the
your
team,
mind
yes.
like
Okay. But he leaves. He
I would only want to send him. Every time I would only want to send him.
okay. But you gotta understand this. In 1990, when he takes Argentina to their second consecutive World Cup final, afterwards he gets a distinction from the Argentine president, being, you know, a representative of sport in Argentina. Then a mere 2 years later gets banned from football for cocaine usage in Napoli, and then career rejuvenated. He's back after 15 months of a ban. The 1994 World Cup in the USA. Maradona's back. 2 games, goal and an assist. Third game comes up against Bulgaria. Doping control, gets banned for another substance. Another disgrace from football. Banned from the 1994 FIFA World Cup. A career of Argentina ended in disgrace. One of the biggest cheaters and bad role models in football history. Look, we could talk about football ability, but what a bad human Diego Maradona was.
I also remember that there was a video. I think it was when he was at Barca or Sevilla when they got in a huge fight and
Yeah,
he
he was,
went
like,
and he
kicking
kicked
people.
someone. Remember that?
Yeah,
Where he
yeah.
full on went and kicked someone,
Yeah.
and everyone was just fighting, but he was the worst one. He was kicking people and stuff like that.
Pretty sure that he's done that multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after all of that, after all the stuff you said, after all the stuff we said, guess what? That doesn't matter. Because he is going to go down as one of the best players. After all that stuff he's done,
Yeah.
like we said before with Luis Suarez, biting people, doing this, doing that, racist stuff. After all that, he is still going to go down as one of the best. Like Suarez, one of the best strikers of all time, and Maradona, one of the best players of all time. That's just how it is, man. No one cares about what happened. No one cares about that stuff.
I don't know. I don't think that flies today.
I swear you said that about Suarez.
What?
But after all that stuff, who cares? He's still the
Okay,
best
but
nine.
yeah, Suarez bit a couple people. It's not the best look, but
It's different than cocaine. For
No,
sure.
but it's the
I
same
mean,
kind of example.
to translate it to today, if Messi gets banned from football twice
Who
for
cares?
hard drug usage, I don't think that's gonna fly today. I think his image is gonna be pretty destroyed.
I don't think so.
Definitely. But I think things are also like a lot more controlled nowadays than they were then. Like I think you have more people advising you now to kind of keep you on the right track than Maradona probably did then. He probably had no advisors, no people that were kind of keeping him on the right track. And he got a little, you know,
Yeah, but he
Little
got
crazy,
got punished so
Little
many
local.
times. Multiple bans. You don't learn after the first ban?
That's how life
bro,
was
that's
back then,
that's
man.
addiction, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You see where he lived? He lives in like a little village with no one like around. He
That's what
just
it is, man.
he probably just snorts cocaine, goes out, plays some footy.
And bro, the most impressive thing was the way he was still able to cook everybody
Yes.
while being just completely intoxicated like
He-
that.
he might have been-
Performance
he might-
enhancer?
If you
He might have
think
been
about it,
better.
bro. Like he was cooking everybody,
Bro,
bro. What does that say about everybody else?
Yeah,
Yo,
but
I'm not hating on his talent. He's obviously
man.
like one of the most gifted footballers ever. But I'm talking about he's a cheat. And I'm not even talking about the human rights issues because I don't want to go too deep into that on the pod. You know, it's not the place. But Diego Maradona is the worst role model in football.
I think if you were to ask 100 Argentines and 100 Napolitans if they care whether or not he partook in these activities, I think you'd only get a handful of people to say that they did.
I don't think
I don't think you'll
I
get
don't
a
even think
single
that-
one.
Yeah.
And is there a problem with that?
No,
I
man.
don't think so, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
And you know what? What James said was crazy. Even after all that substance abuse, he was cooking. He was intentionally subduing his own talent.
Well, I mean,
Imagine if he wasn't doing
they were
that.
performance enhancing drugs. Did you see the look in his eyes against Nigeria in '94?
Yeah,
Cocaine-
He looked like a
bad.
madman.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's
Still.
not improving your performance. Like, you're not taking cocaine, like, you're gonna have a better shot.
Yeah.
Okay,
dribbling
but
on the
Heightened
ball.
senses.
But even then, you're a little off. You know what I mean?
You're
Like,
still gonna be
I don't
you're
know,
not
man.
yourself. You don't know how you're gonna react to it.
I think
No,
he
but the
reacted pretty well.
difference is his
he's not. He
body's-
wasn't taking depressants.
No, his body's like so like normalized with cocaine that I don't think it made a difference. Him taking it or not, it just kind of gave him like that stabilization that he had to take it because he was addicted.
I guess.
Yeah,
It didn't enhance it. It didn't decrease his talent. It's
You think so?
yeah, 100%.
maybe.
So, speaking about enhancement and drugs and stuff like that, have you guys heard about the enhanced games?
What?
The enhanced games. So
No.
it's going to be like an Olympic style sporting event where the players participating or athletes participating are going to be allowed to take enhancement drugs. So you're going to watch sports with players who are in enhanced drugs, doping, all that stuff. So you're going to be watch some of the best sports out there, whether it's enhanced or not, right? Imagine watching a game of footy knowing that every single player on that pitch has been taking something enhanced. Obviously, it's not morally right to do as a person or maybe watch it, but maybe you might see some of the greatest footballs. Long shots all game, players lasting 90 minutes, running down and up the field for 90 minutes straight. Would that be entertaining or not?
Is that actually happening though?
I heard about this enhanced game. I'm not sure when the first season thing's going to happen. I think it might be this year or the following year, but there's going to be an enhanced games. I don't think soccer's going to be a sport that's pretty much part
Probably
of
like
this.
track sports.
But
probably.
track sports, probably like these Olympic sports. But imagine like a football game of all the players in enhanced or doping.
The thing is, with this enhanced game, there's going to be too much. It's going to be what's that word? Because it gives you testosterone. There's going to be too much testosterone on the field, and it's going to and
A lot of fights.
Probably a lot of fights.
Do you still think that whether someone is doping or not, that talent on the ball is still going to be that much greater? Like imagine you got an 11 setup, just all enhanced players, but they might not be the best technically,
Russia 2018 World Cup.
right?
Yeah.
And
Shitty Shaq, bro.
And then everyone on the opposite team might not be the most. They might not be the most athletic, but like they're on that ball, they're like magic. Let's say like a 90, not 90, sorry, like a full team of like Tarafs or Ben Arfas. They might not be the quickest on the pitch or Koofs, but on that ball, like their talent. Who's winning that game?
Talent.
Think so?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Everyone else will be running around like chickens with their heads
It's,
cut off.
that's a perfect example, actually. Russia. Like, are they being that Russian team? Like, if you put Messi, Ronaldo, Hazard all into a team, are they being that Russia team? 100%.
Yeah, I mean their VO2 levels are maxed out, but what does that really mean for their abilities, right? Like they're running a lot, not getting tired.
Yeah.
So, is it to say that I don't know, doping necessarily makes you a better player?
It probably does. Like, if you're gonna be doping Messi, Ronaldo, all these players,
Yeah,
now,
but like
that's a
but-
different
but
story.
Answer this: Pogba on this doping
He didn't play.
thing, but do you think that made him a better player than what he would have been without it, or any other player?
No, he was only doing that.
You're trying to recover quicker, right?
But okay, But I'm just saying in general.
It would probably make him not get injured, or maybe make him last 90 minutes because like he was having problems staying fit. That's
But-
for him. It's tough to say.
But do you think on the pitch is his talent going to change?
I don't know.
Like,
If,
would you be? I think I would be okay with players taking a substance if I can see that they're not going to be having to deal with hamstring injuries or suffering with injuries. Imagine a player can take medication that would prevent them from getting injured
see, that's different.
during after games, but their ability will be the same.
Yeah, that's not enhancing. That's just
But isn't that what he's taking?
No, I think no,
Prevent-
no. He's
like,
getting
more
he's getting
preventative?
he's getting recovery enhancers. So his muscles are recovering faster at a faster pace than it would normally would.
But what is that not okay for players nowadays?
should.
Considering that they're playing football every 2 days, every 3 days, playing how many games all year round, no rest.
I agree
Should
with it.
players not be doing that? And now
Should-
they're dealing with injuries.
It should be allowed, but it depends on what it does to their bodies later on.
But
Like,
that's on them.
Yeah,
That's on
there's-
them. They know they have, let's say, 30 years max to play football, but these injuries can probably shorten that lifespan of their football game career. But it's on them. If you want to have a long career, 30 years until until you're
20 years,
35,
25 years.
15, 20 years, but you know that it might affect your future life, your long-term life in the future. But if you can have a healthy so many years, that's on them.
No, I think once you open that door, that Pandora's box, you're opening a door for so many things. And you know what, like you say, yeah, you know, these players might need it for their health, but we've seen players like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, they don't deal with many health problems as
But
others do.
that's two players.
no, but like those are players that clearly care about their well being, and they're not doing these drugs. So why can other players doing it? They're not superhuman. They're not like, oh, because their bones density or their muscle density doesn't stop them doing
No,
it.
Ronaldo did.
You see, I saw a picture of Ronaldo recently. I think 2 days ago. Man's 40 years old. He's got those leg things on, the compression leg things on. He's got the red lights all over his body. He's got these electromagnetic things. So like he cares about his body. Doesn't have to you don't have to take drugs to do that. There's other ways to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think once you open that box, it's done. And I don't want to see a sport where there's any enhancement of drugs, sport enhancement, because I like to see the beautiful game as it is. You're good at the game as you are, and that's it, man. Like, I don't want to see anyone doing anything.
I'd love
crazy.
to see it personally, bro.
What is wrong with you, bro?
Bro, imagine
You're that type of guy that likes AI art as well,
Nah.
aren't you?
imagine if we had different variants.
Everyone was loving that shit.
Imagine if we had different variants of the Olympics.
Nope.
So you have your regular Olympics, the best athletes in the world. Then you have the doping Olympics, where everyone's juiced up. You're gonna see someone running 100 meters in 8 seconds, someone swimming a 100-meter swim in like 3 seconds, and then the last variant, the random civilian Olympics. So random people get drafted. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, just the NPC Olympics, bro.
Man,
Imagine
we already
that.
see that for soccer already. That's like the sidemen versus the
Yeah.
YouTubers.
Nah, but like in an actual like Olympic form, just
Olympics.
random people getting drafted up, me, you, whoever drafted up to do a certain random thing in the Olympics. I think that'd be
Javelin
crazy.
throw.
Yeah.
That's Sunday
Yeah,
league,
but-
no?
So you're saying you'd want to see that in Olympics, but not in footy? Is what you're saying? Or
Yeah.
you want to see it in footy too?
Nah, just in the Olympics.
Oh, okay. So it's
Footy
different
doesn't
what
do
you said.
much, I don't think. Just
Yeah.
besides, it makes you have
It can make you stronger. It can make
Strong,
you faster, but like it's not
faster.
going to make you more
actually does do
talented,
a lot.
right?
Like
Well, how-
Golovin at that World Cup was absolutely insane. Like he was like the most talented midfielder. And
Not
now-
Golovin.
not-
Well,
no, Golovin was one of the
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
Shadyshev was the guy, bro.
No,
Golovin
Golovin
was
was
too,
the best
but
player.
it's because those guys are already talented.
Yeah, but none of those guys got banned from footy. I don't get it.
Well, Russia's not competing in football right now.
That's not
so-
'cause of
Yeah,
that.
but Golovin
yeah.
still plays for
Yeah.
Marseille. Not
He's-
Marseille, for
he's-
Monaco.
He's a good player.
He's a talented player, but he just was able to,
Mhm.
run more than everybody else, right? So you do definitely get an advantage because you know what? Like when it's 80 minutes, everyone else is feeling tired. You're still feeling like you're fresh, right?
Yeah.
So
But
definitely an advantage.
does
But
that really affect you as a fan watching a player get tired in the 80th minute, or would you rather like see the best last all game?
I honestly like seeing when players get tired because
Yep. They're human.
it shows they're human, but it also gives there's like more attacking going on when players get tired. It's more fun to watch.
You also see.
that
You also
point.
get to see different styles of football coaches have, and what this guy's getting tired. What's the coach gonna do because of that? He's gonna bring on this player. That was a bad move. Maybe he should have brought in this guy. There's so much more excitement and intrigue and interesting stuff happening when I don't want to see the whole same starting 11 play a whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, imagine if
I don't want to see. I'm sorry. I want to see subs come on and change, be game changers. We've seen it with Ferran Torres at Barcelona. Game changers. We've seen it with other teams. Game
I love
changers.
Ferran Torres, man.
imagine
saying
if there
that's
was
true, though.
no subs in football, Fati would not have a career right now. Like he'd be
He doesn't have a career anyway.
Yeah.
like he would never
To be
have
fair,
it.
a lot of players wouldn't.
Chicharito,
Right?
Trossard, no,
So a
Gotcha.
lot of players get their first crack
Yeah.
off of a sub appearance, right?
So like, would you guys like to see a whole 90 minutes of the same starting 11? No.
But what if now let's say you're forced to make these subs no matter what? Like you have to make 5 subs before the game ends.
Well, you have to make subs anyways because your players are getting tired.
No,
It's the
no.
same
Let's
thing.
say
without tired.
let's say now they have the full enhancement. All the players can play up to 90 minutes, but you have to make 5 subs in the game by a certain point. You have to make 2 at half. You have to make the third one by the 70th.
I think they would bring it back to 3 subs. But
Yeah, I don't know. Now they're doing too much.
Yeah, it's too
Now
much.
that's just
Now,
yeah.
now they're doing.
It's all
too much.
hypothetical
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Something I did notice though, players don't sweat like they used to.
I don't know, man. You seen
No.
Lukaku lately?
No, I was watching a Euro 08 highlight package. Players used to be sweaty, man, like hair dripping.
Yeah.
Players don't sweat anymore. I
Lukaku,
swear.
man.
Where are they playing and what time?
They were
Euro-
playing
Spain the
in
summer.
Austria.
It's in the summer though, and it's cold now. All the games you're watching.
Okay, I don't mean like like literally today, but you don't see players dripping in sweat anymore.
What
At
if
least from
it's-
my observation.
What
I
if
agree
it's
with
the technology?
Nah.
Jerseys don't hold on to a lot of sweat nowadays. It's one thing.
You saw Lukaku drenched on that Belgian
he's
kid.
always drenched.
But you're right. Like majority of players are not.
Just
seen
watch
like
some.
that.
Watch some old highlights. 07 Champions League final, 06, 05. Like Kaká's dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
Samuel Eto'o is dripping in sweat. You don't see that anymore.
I could tell you why. The players are in way better shape now than they were before.
So they were just way too tired and they're sweating too
Back
much.
in the day, they didn't have the same fitness camps that they do now.
Hey, but you're an athlete. I remember seeing a TikTok of that Formula One racer Ricardo from McLaren saying the interview was like, "You're sweating." He's like, "Yeah, mate, I'm an athlete. We're athletes. I was working out, bro. Of course I'm gonna sweat.
No,
This is the sweat of an
F1
athlete.
is something else, not for anything, but those guys lose at least like 2-3 pounds of
Yeah.
like water weight during their
Yeah,
races,
boiling
especially if they're
hot.
driving in like Singapore or like you're driving in literally like 40-degree weather, hot car.
Yeah. Got that
Sometimes
suit
your
on,
water
too.
doesn't even work with you. You can't even drink water half the time because your water packet is not
Yeah.
working. It's like you're screwed.
But besides
Some
that,
of them
like,
pass out because they lost so much water.
besides that, like it's for every sport. Like, bro, like you should be sweating, man. You're doing physical activity, and for soccer, for 90 minutes, if you're playing that, if not 120 minutes, you should be sweating.
They will sweat more than Lukaku in
Bro,
10 minutes.
10
Like,
minutes, I'm sweating.
Philip Lahm used to be drenched every game.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, but that guy ran like 40 kilometers a game. Like, that guy was.
Fullbacks aren't putting in that work anymore.
Remember those Wolves jerseys? I think it was last year or maybe this year. That was like technology wasn't that good, so it was skin tight and it was
Yeah.
drenched, and you could see it all.
Yeah,
It's just like those Belgium kits they have now,
Yeah,
the brown ones.
Yeah.
It shows the sweat stain so much.
Bro.
It makes it the ugliest looking kid ever.
In 5 minutes, I would be drenched.
Same.
Same.
What was I gonna say? One person that I hope never sweats is Ben White, because then his spray tan was
Come on, bro.
Come
You're
on.
gonna spray tan. Look at you.
that was real tan.
Might be a spray tan, brother.
Tan's already leaving, man.
What happens when you come to cold Canada? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Boys, good stuff. Anything else you had left over?
How are we for time?
No, it's an hour. I think we can call it
Yeah.
there.
I can wrap it up.
That's pretty good, man.
Wrap it up, Slim Shady over here.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. That was a pretty sick ep. Some good chatter, good debates. I think we had contrasting opinions, but that's what makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Drop a like, subscribe. Shout out the audio listeners. Shout out C's. I know you're listening. And shout out you guys too, man. I had a great time on the pod today.
Thanks, man.
Like
Take up
what?
those glasses and say it though.
No.
Yeah, bro. Shout out.
Let us know what you think of Quinto's new boots.
That he
Everyone
doesn't fit in.
watching, I got new boots for the season. Let me know how much GA you guys think I'm gonna get this summer
Let us
season.
know how fast you think they're gonna rip.
I'm coming into this season
Pardon?
110% form, so I'm
Damn.
expecting, and I hope you guys expect the most from me.
Over under.
He's gonna score
15.
20 GA, guys.
Yeah.
So you're ready.
So be ready.
Yeah.
As a midfielder, center mid,
CDM.
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
center
yeah,
back.
Toure, like,
Yeah,
eh?
Sometimes
this
center
guy's-
back.
This guy's playing in net, bro.
All right.
Yeah, you know who we are.
You know,
We the culture.
we back.
We the culture, man. With that, we out.
Peace.